Hello everyone, welcome to roughly an hour of my favorite YouTube shorts. Enjoy.
Welcome to the collection on the shelf. I have a severe space shortage.
Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Roger, roger.
What's that guy doing? Oh, that guy's schizophrenic. Right now, he's driving. Wait, so he really thinks he's driving? Yep, everything's real to him. What's he doing now? He just stepped into an elevator.
All right, turn left.
Okay.
I said right. I said left.
Wait, what?
Up. What? Go up. What? Give me that. What the?
It's that kind of misery, the kind where you were nice to me, but only in the evening. So I ask, am I just dreaming? I love you so much that it's dripping from my heart in such a...
Oh, here it comes. He's gonna say it.
Chicken jockey.
Game's called 3-Card Monty. Who wants to play?
Mom, can you come pick me up? Come out with your hands up.
I'm making the demands here.
Sir, second plate is at the towers.
Guys, this isn't what Steve would have wanted. He would have wanted us to kill that minimum wage worker.
Hello there. Hello there. Hello there.
Show me something that you spent way too much money on, but don't regret it at all because it's freaking sick.
You look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in the way. I know you.
I was happy in the haze of a drunken hour, but heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was looking for a job, but then I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. I was happy in the haze of a drunken hour, but heaven knows I'm miserable now.
Should we leave it alone? Should we back off? Should we play it safe? Nah, you think let's make it bigger?
There are always people asking me, what's your favorite? Which one's your favorite? And if I had to answer, it is this one right here. This is my favorite. 100% tenfold. Always.
So, like, does the radio stop when you get into a car accident? Or are you just sitting there like...
Should we leave it alone? Should we back off? Should we play it safe? Nah, you think let's make it bigger?
So could you call me back? Hello, hello. I'm trying to work this out. I know your friends say when you know, I just don't know right now. So could you call me back? Hello, hello. I'm trying to work this.
I don't have anything funny to say for this video, but apparently if you just say, for the boys, all these guys will just come in and like your video and watch it and share it.
My daddy served in the army, well, he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard. Till the day that he died, he wanted my mother, my brother, my sister and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. Now this nation that I love is falling under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. Soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, man, we lit up your world like the 4th of July. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world.
For all you guys keeping track of my YouTube posts and everything I post with images on there, the rumors are true. There is going to be a new Minecraft world in the future. I have it semi-planned out here with the basics, but let's take a closer look. Starting here is a small start of a new taiga biome. Across the river is the desert, and also the acacia from the Desert Village Pillager set. Next is the nether portal and the player bases, as well as a small jungle on the side. And I'm happy to announce the return of the pillagers opposite the village. There's some other things like a flower forest and some other details in there, but I think this should look pretty good. Looking at everything, it's a little bit smaller, but I think I'm going to enjoy it. So stay tuned for the future. And that's why I like to move some of my sets around sometimes. So right now I will probably set the X-Wing right here, and I think I actually want to move this with, I think I want to remove this over there. Whoops.
Texture like sun lays me down. With my mind she runs throughout the night. No need to fight, never a frown. With golden brown, every time just like the last. On her ship tied to the mast, to distant lands takes both my hands. Never a frown with golden brown. Du bist gut genug. Du bist gut genug. Du bist gut genug. Du bist gut genug.
Wait till the end to hear a funny joke, but first I want to tell you why I got this taxi. Saw it at a local store and I saw the Bricksburg taxi and I was like, you know what, this looks like a really good purchase. So I purchased it. It comes with some great printed pieces, a tourist and a cab driver with a knack, which is a really cool detail. I love how the cab driver fits the classic style you see in every movie and TV show. The Bricksburg and the taxi sign both look really good as printed pieces, I gotta admit. And for the joke at the end of the video, this filter I'm using right now is electric because this car is also electric and runs on batteries. Anyways, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the future.
extra, be all about it. Mac is in his feelings and he can't get out of it. Extra, extra, be all about it. Mac is in his feelings and he can't get out of it.
Listen up, Lego Lord fans, here's the deal. I've been working really hard on trying to make sure I am pinning comments and replying to them because I want to make the viewers actually interact with the channel, not just, I think the video's good enough for me. So I've decided I'm going to start really reaching back to the community. I've opened up my community as well, and I've started adding people to it already, and I can't wait to see where it goes, but I have to ask a favor from the viewers now. I unintentionally stumbled on the YouTube studio and I was changing some settings for a completely unrelated topic that'll come up in a future video, and I ended up actually clicking on the monetization instead of what I was clicking on, and I got me curious about it because I never thought about actually earning money from this channel, and it's not something that interests me. But when I saw that I had the ability to earn, I wanted to see where I stood, and wow, you guys, 420 subscribers is crazy to me. I never thought this channel would make it past 100 at most. So thank you guys for all your support, and I don't care about making the money, but seeing that for the first time really rocked my world because the fact that I literally could make money off of you guys supporting me. You guys have done such a great job. Thank you for all your comments, posts, and everything you've done, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Love is a walk in the park, that's how I feel at the start. Pretty until it gets dark. Love is a walk in the park, till you get bit by a dog. I never knew you could bark. When the seasons change, you won't feel the same.
Here is another video on my Coruscant MOC, except it's a little larger now. I have added a giant speeder flying above, which I'm really proud of the build, and I can't wait to go over that in a separate video on its own. But now, you can see in the bottom, there is a whole new section. You see there's a Coruscant Guard command post that's kind of watching over the area. I thought it was a good place to add it because it's the 4th quarter, which is the largest the MOC's going to get, and it needed something as a pop of color. So you can see it just picks up, but it's just kind of there, so the Coruscant Guard do have a presence. And you can see all the people are kind of rallying against them, and they don't even know it yet. So I'll give you guys an update on that in a future video, but I am really proud of how this thing looks. I am really proud of all the tiling, the detail, and especially the speeder. I'm really enjoying having that above the MOC just flying over. Just adds so much life to it. And yeah, this is the largest the MOC's going to get, and I can't wait to show you guys in more videos how cool this thing really is once you get down to the details. But in the meantime, see you guys in the next video. Subscribe for more. Bye.
Dance, you and your friends, let's dance. Let's go, let's go. Don't you wanna dance? 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 Don't you wanna dance?
Whether you guys were curious or not, I'm out here to show you how I make my Lego photos. So basically what I do, I just find a good spot of snow where you can see just mainly snow. You take your figure, and I'll kind of chip at the ice a little bit since this is more ice than snow. Now that I've got a little bit of a hole, I can rest the figure in the hole, and you pretty much just balance it. And after that, all you have to do is just take a photo. But there is times like that where the wind knocks it over or it gets bumped into, so you have to kind of work with the elements. So stuff like this makes it a really good photo. But this is a pretty simple process. You can do it in different poses, however you want to. You can have him laying down. You can even have him sitting down. Now that you've seen the process of what to do to set up your LEGO minifigures, I'm going to show you guys some photos, some of the ones I've done in the past, and you guys can tell me what you think. Here's what I think. I think it's honestly better to play with your minifigures and enjoy them than just letting them sit on a shelf. Either way, here's the pictures. Tell me what you guys think. Here's a tip for people who have MIDI scale sets. So these different MIDI scale sets, for instance, the Tantive 4 and the Executor, are both great MIDI scale models. And unfortunately, that they don't come with figures, they are great display pieces. But here's something to make your display even better. On the bottom here, they have 2 of these little tiles, and if you just quickly remove those, you can add whatever figures you want to represent that ship. So I just put a Rebel Trooper and Leia on the Tantive 4, and I can move over here to the Executor and do the same thing. Pop off both those tiles. And this is a very famous scene for Darth Vader meeting up with Boba Fett. So I will have Boba Fett and Darth Vader on the bottom of the Executor. This adds a little bit of detail to the actual ship by just giving it some figures to help represent it. And also gives the added effect of having what looks like representation figures. While I wish LEGO would just include a couple figures into the actual set, this is the best we can do as fans of LEGO, and I think it adds a lot to the set. Just having a figure like this, or even multiple on the bottom representing what the ship is about and what characters are featured on it, adds a lot to the ship. So if you're wanting to see more videos like this, subscribe for more content and more tips on how to improve your builds. Goodbye.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Up here on my shelf, on the top of my LEGO map, on the display stand, is one of my favorite sets from 2003, and the only set I have from 2003. Let's take a look real quick. So this is back when LEGO Star Wars released some of their first games. They had little mini kits, and if you collected all 5, you could get a micro build of one of the ships from the game and the level that you just played on the game. And so these are from Attack of the Clones on Kamino, and so we have Obi-Wan's Interceptor and the Slave One with Jango Fett. And so it also comes with this little buildable TIE Fighter piece in the center here, and it was one of 5 or 6 that you could get in each set to help build a TIE Bomber. And so the Jango Fett Starfighter is missing a couple of the pieces. I need to get them part swapped, but unfortunately I didn't have time, and the Obi-Wan is missing 1 piece. But for the most part, I think they're complete, and I'm proud to consider them a part of my collection. What is up? It's the LEGO Lord here. We're looking at our minifigure a lot. I still see a lot of things that are up for grabs for your player character customizer. There's a lot of new tools. I've gotten a bunch of new supplies. Armor is running low, so that might be something if you want to grab armor, you're running out of options. And so my favorite things is the Steve minifigure without a head. So if you would like that one, or a turtle helmet, I think that's kind of neat. Got some fishing rods up here as a new supply, and just a bunch of other things. There's shears down there. I see there's extra potions, bunch of extra tools, an apple now, and just a bunch of cool things. And so, one player, accessories, tools, and items. Thank you. What's up? Finally finished the Star Wars logo. After 3 hours, I'm finally placing the last ships. It's really late at night. I got only a few ships left. I need to place the Star Destroyer, and now I need to place the TIE Fighter. So I'm gonna be doing that, and so that was a long build. It took a long time. It took probably 3 hours, and it's really late at night. We're past midnight. Looking at all the minifigures here, I added both Anakins, Palpatine, Boba Fett, Leia, and a bunch of other people, and their secret final special one that's gonna go right there. So our special minifigure here, after look at the model, special minifigure is this Rebel pilot, which is actually the Luke with the head turned around from the X-Wing, and man does it look awesome. And here's the final reveal, where I'm never gonna be throwing this thing off a staircase ever again. But I hope you guys enjoyed.
I don't know what you love. But if you're looking for something new, I know somebody that you could choose. What about me? What about me?
We're back again with the next big update. It's been a few days since I've updated, and I've been making some progress on it, so let's take a look. Everything in the back here is pretty much the same. I added a couple small details, like an anvil back there, and everything's pretty much back the same there. I'm ready to expand the coral soon, and sometime in the future I'll expand that so that the pufferfish have a home. Here's a giant change. The dock is now gone, and you can see a villager and a player inside of a boat, so we're not going to talk about that. But here we have a small mushroom island and everything. And I've connected the terrain with all of the different mobs and everything over here, and so that looks really good. And so I added some sugarcane along the shore, and obviously this giant module right here is the creeper, and I've added some more activity going around it. You can see we have a horse on the back here and a couple other things, but of course the leaf litter and everything, the trees have been moved around, and then I also added this little floating island with a waterfall, so I thought that was kind of cool. And just some other small details around the place. But honestly, yeah, no slide. Make a little update video. We got the mushroom island and stuff, sugarcane. Most everything's about the same, just the terrain. I did find a solution for the beach. I just took out a small chunk of grass, and now we're back to normal. I might have to patch something there, but until then, we're good. So I'm gonna put the sugarcane back. You look at the rest of the Minecraft world, and in the meantime, enjoy your stay. Let's see just how quickly I can name my favorite minifigures from this. So let's zoom in. We have Commander Wolf, Captain Rex, Cody. I love the Geonosis Troopers in the front. Moving on to the next section, Clone Pilot, Clone Officer, Commander Gree. I love Chewbacca up there, Ahsoka, Luke, and Padme. We have the Mandalorian, the AT-ST driver. Ventress looks awesome as well. The Death Troopers and the Night Troopers both look amazing. The Rebel Trooper and the TIE Pilot look amazing. Also a huge fan of, on the Empire side, we have some of the, like I said, the Night Troopers. I love the Palpatine design and the AT-ST driver. On Imperials, I love the Scout Troopers, especially them. So thank you for hearing me out on some of my favorites of this minifigure display, and enjoy the rest of this song. Up, this is set 21267, the Illager Desert Patrol with 105 pieces. It comes with these 3 Pillager minifigures and this little cactus minifigure. It's a great set. It just comes with a little stable in the background in a way, with little cactus and some new dispensers and some new pieces that they haven't used. But it's a really cool build, but we're going to be placing it today, so I'm probably going to use, yeah, I'll go with that base plate right there. So I'll just pop that over here magically, and we'll probably use it in the back. This is where it was where the beacon and everything was. So it's the farther one. It needed something here to break up the desert. So I'll place it right here, lining up with the base plate, so it ends perfectly with the other base plate. And I'll just pop off these 2 tiles real quick. Thank goodness they were easy to remove, being bigger base plates. And so we'll place this little piece right here, since it's 1 brick too short. And then I'll just pop that in there. It pops in, I'll secure it on this side, and then I have a little securing piece on the other side to pop off the slab. Thank you.
You look so pretty when you tell me that you love me. I wish that I could lie, but my mind gets in the way. I know you.
What's poppin'? Don't mind me just watching.
What did he say?
If I have 200 views, I should have 200 likes. Why do y'all act like liking a video is like me asking you to donate a kidney? Y'all want to give these celebrities so much love and praise and affection. They don't know you, gang. They're rich. You're bringing sand to the beach. You are giving the rich more money. How about you help a brother on the come up? Is it really?
Recently, I've been getting into one of my oldest and most favorite games, which is Battlefront 2, and I gotta admit, I'm not doing too bad, but I can't say that I'm doing great either. Aw, dang. You gotta be kidding me. But I can say that I have definitely been admiring the heavy when it comes to the designs of the armor, especially for the clones. But if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be the 501st Heavy. Honestly, one of my favorite designs, and I love the blue on the white. I think that darker blue shines well, but I wanted to see if I could create it in Lego. So let's jump right in and see if I have the skills using the pieces in my collection and see if I can do this. We're going to start with the legs here and the torso. These are both from the 501st Battle Pack. They already made a battle pack representing Battlefront figures, but I figured I would give it my go and just upgrade it a little bit. After adding the minigun, or the special ability that you use in Center on most controllers and on Battlefront 2 specifically, and the backpack, which you can see right there, I use a custom design, and this shoulder pauldron, which I've made with black cloth from a Lego cape. You can see that the figure's already coming together pretty well. But I want to take a look at, let's see what's next. We have the head next, and the head is the classic clone head that has been released in newer sets with the darker kind of, not tan, but kind of darker mid-tone skin. But of course, he's a clone, so we're going to stick his helmet with a visor on as well to finish off the figure. Unfortunately, the clone gunner does have more blue on his legs, but I couldn't find any pieces in my collection that could substitute that. But I love this figure in general. The clone backpack and the gun and everything looks really awesome. And I'm very proud of what I was able to come up with using pieces from my own collection. I'd love to make a series using some of the other figures from Battlefront 2, so if you want to stick around for some of the other videos, I can say I will make more figures. But I cannot say I'll get better at Battlefront. We'll see what happens next time. Thanks, guys. A while back, I made a video about my Coruscant mock that I made, and I gave a brief kind of showing of it. But since then, I've just kind of realized that it was a beginner model, and it was time to revamp it. So this is the completed newer version of it. Not much has changed, but there's just enough to where it's noticeable. So let's start with figures. Figures are all the same. The only thing really different I did is I swapped around a couple pieces, gave the Coruscant Guard shields and better weapons, and added a few different crates and different things. You can see that most of the build has stayed the same. I moved the sign to this side of the building. And if you can go find the other video, go ahead and check it out. But this has an awning now. I added a small unit on the side here. You can barely see it just out of camera view. It's actually just a small little unit that I added. Kind of like you call it whatever you want, AC unit or something. But at the moment you can see the speeder is downed. And you can see that, of course, the wiring and everything is still there, the alleyway. I've made this bottom section a cargo area. You can see under the stairs is all just cargo crates and stuff. But I'm not going to tip this over because some of these pieces are not actually held in very well, and they're just kind of loosely strung about. But most of the people are kind of on the top floor, except for the two people on the back. You can see that guy has a firearm, and so these three troopers are about to find him. Guessing he did something bad, but here's the speeder bike. It's the same as last time. Figures are mostly the same, but I did update it, add a little pad here to the side. If you're wondering, yes, the roof does still remove. It's just a little bit harder to move once you get it out. And what I normally do with this is just store some of the extra things. So if I don't want to do Coruscant Guard, I can just store them in there, or I don't want a specific crate. I can just store it all in there. Or some figure that doesn't look right in a specific scene, I can just store a good chunk of it in there. And then before you know it, now the model looks a lot cleaner. And then you can just add the wire back once you've secured the roof. Like nothing ever happened. So yeah, no, it's a great model. I enjoy it. And it's one of my favorites to do. And so if you want a full, really long breakdown video, I might be interested in doing something like that in the future. So we'll see what I can do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And hopefully we can continue working on things like this and more reviews. Thank you guys.
I don't have anything funny to say for this video, but apparently if you just say, for the boys, all these guys will just come in and like your video and watch it and share it.
Which one of these figures is your favorite? Comment down below so I can see what some of your guys' favorite Star Wars figures are. Do you prefer light side or dark side? Comment below. A while back, Star Wars released their Lego Droideka set, and I decided it was time to take a look at it, and it's a great model. I got it. And I really enjoy it, but we gotta talk about this. It's got great play features and everything. We gotta talk about this. Look at this miniature model. It's so derpy. What is this? This does not look like what's in the set. This does not look anything like what's in the set. It looks so goofy. It's so inaccurate. And then you take a look at the other version from a while back, and look at this. You gotta understand, this is from 2015, and it looks so much better than the other version. Like, come on, Lego, we're taking steps backwards. What the heck's going on here? It's got way better build, better turrets. The face is more accurate. 2015 version Droideka of the minifigure version compared to that. Look at the two. It's supposed to look like that. 2015 nailed it, and this new version has not. Lego, we're going backwards. We need to figure out what we're doing here. In fact, you know what? I don't even want this on my display, because those two look alike, and that one doesn't. I don't want it in my display. You know what? Nope. Go over there. Just go over there. This is the perfect version. You're going to place it right there. You're going to get the 2015 version. It's going to be so much better, and it's so much easier, too. Look at that. Way better. It works better for the plaque. It makes so much more sense, and it matches the model so much better. So with that, thank you guys. Subscribe for more, and I'll tune in next time with my next correction. Subscribe for more. See you guys. With my miniature house build blowing up over the last few days, I decided it was about time for another one. So quickly I whipped up this small office building, and let's take a tour. You can see there's a lot of shrubbery and terrain. I was running out of some slope pieces, so I made do with what I had. So we got a couple bushes on the side here, alternating a bigger bush, two smaller shrubs, and then a tree out in the front. And you can see this is the front of the building, and the back, it is all pretty much just layered with brick. But it's a very easy and simple building. I'll show you how it's done here. So you see the bottom plate is connected, and the building separates into two different parts. So let's take a look at which parts are which. So here is the actual building itself, and so here's the first part. It just separates there, and this is all one solid plate, and that's the rest of the building. It separates there, or you can separate it there, whichever one you want. But it's a very simple building, just a little bit of design, masonry bricks, a flat top, as you do every office building. And then I just added some gray to break it up, and it slides perfectly with the terrain here. And I just thought it'd be about time that I did a simple mock that was similar to my house. And so we could, even if we wanted to, stick these in a small city and start building them together. But I think this is kind of a cool thing, doing some of these models. And so tell me what you think. Because, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. They connect. They connect perfectly. But yeah, no, I think these models are kind of fun to do. And so tell me what you think. And tell me if you think I should do some of these models in the future. So subscribe for more, and tell me if you want to do more of these in the future. What's up, LEGO fans? I think it's finally time to talk about this. This has just been sitting in my room for a while, and for any of you guys who've been following my channel for a long time, I know that you guys are familiar with my giant LEGO Minecraft world, but I think it's time for a change. So starting in the next upcoming videos, I'm going to start to slowly kind of take this apart, probably starting with minifigures and builds. Now, it's just not completely going away. I'm going to try and take small scenes from it and put them into other models. So I'll probably start by making some smaller, more compact models of these areas, or maybe even just a smaller Minecraft world with more condensed. So just basically smaller models, more detail. Basically pretty simple stuff. But as of this Minecraft world, I think its time is over. I'm going to make another short coming up pretty soon that just talks about some of my favorite moments with this and some of the different things that's happened in this world over time and some of the cool details you may have missed out. So that'll be coming out soon, probably as a whole video. So we'll see about that in the future. But in the meantime, I guess we're going to have to say goodbye to this for now. I'll see you guys in the next video with an update on this. And don't worry, it's not over completely. We will be back in with another world at some point. Thank you guys for following. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. I'm starting to question if my YouTube career is worth it. That's me about to throw my LEGO Star Wars logo off of the stairs in the middle of a live stream. Here I am thinking, what am I going to do? I have built smaller things before, and they're strong, but what about something big like this? All these models on my shelf, if I were to throw them, what would happen? If I were to throw this Stormtrooper, what if it broke? What if the pieces actually snapped like this brittle brown? I've done smaller things like this, but what about this? It would shatter. But I did it anyways, and thank goodness, just like every other LEGO set that you can throw, you can build it back together in just as many pieces. As long as you have all the pieces, you can put it back together, and everything works great, which is why I love LEGO, the fact that you can throw it on your stairs and it still looks great. Check out the live stream.
Calling all my collectors out there. I want to see your favorite item in your collection, your least favorite item in your collection, the most expensive item in your collection, the least expensive item in your collection, the most common item in your collection, the rarest item in your collection, the best condition item in your collection, the worst condition item in your collection, the first item in your collection, and the newest item.
Hello. Today I was looking for something to use for a YouTube video idea, and I decided my AT-AT would be a perfect model for this. So as I was starting to kind of look at what I should do with it, I decided I would just show you guys the inside of it without all the panels and everything. So we're going to start by taking off the weapon on top, which is just the mass firing gun. So I'll just pop it off of its stand. I have modified this thing pretty heavily, so there is a center module here that filled in the gap. So that needs to be removed next. I have modified this thing, like I said, a decent amount, so a lot of things are not going to be the same to the set, especially a lot of the paneling and details, but you will still be able to see kind of everything that goes out. You can see the side panels fold out, the top panels still fold up. We are working on the back now. You can see I'm just going to fold that one down. That one doesn't remove very easily, so I just kind of leave it there. But I decided halfway through to take off the top panels just because they were getting in the way, and I wanted you guys to see a full open view of this thing. Since I took off the side panels, I also had to take off the top panels and the side panels both off, so I decided I'd go ahead and do that too. There was a lot of decision making going into this video, but it was all fun. So now you can see kind of the bare bones of it, but we're going to bare bone it down just a little bit more. We're going to take off the side turrets here because they disconnect. Apparently I'm going to knock my camera, and I'm also going to remove the front cockpit as well. That's one of the things I really wanted to focus on, was how you could really disassemble this thing if you really wanted to. Now that you have pretty much everything off, you are going to want to take off the legs, as I'm doing, and now you have pretty bare bones the AT-AT. There's not much else you can remove. I mean, there's plenty you can remove, but like the back, like I said, does not remove. I did try though. It does remove, but it's a lot of steps, so I just left it. It's fine. But you can see that the front and the middle is all that's really left. The only thing I didn't grab was a small panel that is in the front. That is the floor. So I decided maybe I'll grab that. But for the meantime, I'm just going to kind of arrange the parts here. You can see all 4 side panels, the 2 legs. You can see the 2 turrets and the cockpit up front. So I'm going to set those up real quick. And now I am going to put the top panels on, the middle section, and then finally the gun. So now you guys can see pretty much all of it's done. And now that I've made this video, I guess I got to find... Wow, this thing's a lot lighter than I thought. I guess I got to find a way to kind of put this thing back together, because there's not instructions for this anymore. Guess I'll figure that out later.
outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought me some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I'll hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. And the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so.
The front.
Amazing.
The back.
Stunning.
The side.
Gorgeous.
Let's take a look at this miniature model I built. So it's a little miniature house, not really based off of anything in particular, but I really like this idea of the porch with the 2x2 modified slope piece, and so this is a custom, and I really enjoyed it. But let's take a look at the house. So this is the rest of the house. It's basically made up of about 3 stories, so let's take a look at each of them. So taking it off, you can see it's pretty basic, just a foundation and a little bit of bricks, and so here we have the floor. Technically, I guess you could consider this to be a basement since there is windows for it, so I guess there's a little cellar below. But for the top here, it's just a regular floor. There's a little living room. I did not have a 2x2 nougat tile, so I had to use a jumper, but it worked out great. You can see the second floor has, instead of having the brick second fit, like Technic pins, it is headlight bricks. And so because they're a little bit longer than a stud, I had to leave the space open for them, which led to some interesting ways of being able to put this there so that this would stick. But no, it turned out good. And then to seal that off is the other half of this. But one thing I want to talk about is the roof, because if you look here, you've got 2 spires, and you'd need to have something to combat them. And at first I was like, I can just put a brick there, and I was like, no. And I was like, oh, this has the same texture. That doesn't look right. But then you tilt it on your side, it doesn't look too bad. And so basically what I did is I just put a tile and a little 1x1 round brick on there, and it works great. And then all you have to do is stick the porch on, and I think that's the finished model. I put a little shrubbery around it and some terrain, and subscribe to see if I do some more builds like this. Let's take a look at the 4 different Lego sets I still have the box for. I still have the box with 4 of these different sets, and let's take a look at why. First off, we have the Captain Rex's Y-Wing, and it's one of my favorite sets. It's a small miniature build with a great figure in it. And I know some people don't like it as much, but I still like it just as being a small collector. I love having Captain Rex in my collection. So for starters, it's a very small box, so I can stick it anywhere. But I also recently found out that some people like to have the box in their original Lego set, collectors and people like that. So having a good condition box is awesome, and collectors really like that. So I'm going to keep this box around for other videos, and that's why I'm keeping the rest of these. But overall, a great set. I'm going by piece order, and this one has 99 pieces. Alright, up next we have the Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack. This one has 119 pieces, and this is not the original build that it was. I've actually turned it into a Coruscant gunship, but you can see all the pieces are still there. I really love this model, and I love the figures that comes with it. And so I just think it's also a great set. I love holding on to these boxes, and I'm going to try and keep them safe in the future. Alright, moving on to our next largest. With 567 pieces, we have the V19 Torrent. This is a little bit of a larger set, but I have the model right here, and let's go through this real quick. Like I said, the V19 Torrent Starfighter has 567 pieces. It is a great model with 3 great figures, Asajj Ventress, a clone pilot, and General Obi-Wan Kenobi. The ship's wings can fold out, and for being a newer model, I think it's actually really cool. But it came out this year in 2025, and it's been a great model. I love it. And the box is quite large, which makes it kind of difficult to store, but it is always manageable, and it's still pretty easy. So let's go on to my final and last set. And finally, with 654 pieces, the Tantive 4. This one was also released 2025. It's a 25 years midi-scale model of LEGO Star Wars, which is almost crazy to imagine to me. But this box is really good with detail and greebling on the bottom. And then, of course, just showing the model with the black and blue background, which is what they've started doing. But I enjoyed building this set. I stuck two minifigures on the bottom, being Leia and a Rebel Trooper. The details on the actual set are great with stickers and a bunch of different things like that. But overall, it was a great model, and I enjoyed all 4 sets. Subscribe for more content in the future, and thank you for watching. So I have a lot of architecture sets, and I think it's about time I start to rank them. So let's take a look at some of the ones in my collection, and we'll see what the top 5 are for me. And number 5 is Las Vegas. I really actually do like this model, even though I put it at number 5, but I only put it at number 5 because of the models that are ahead of it. So let's start off with the Las Vegas sign. Of course, you can see plenty of the different resorts and hotels. It has a good representation with the pyramid. And this is a great hotel for those who have seen it. It's a great building. Of course, the ginormous spire. And so Las Vegas, it was full of a great deal of different things that happened. There's a train station and a couple other smaller buildings. But I enjoyed especially building the water that is in front of this building. I enjoyed building the water and everything there. I thought it was really good. Of course, Las Vegas sign is except for the actual tile itself, the only printed plate. And I enjoyed putting this model together. I think the sign also is a really good part of this model. And so it's one of my favorite parts of this. Let me scoot this down. There you go. Favorite parts is looking at some of these models. And so let's look at the other one. Number 4 is Le Tower Eiffel, or the Eiffel Tower. And it is probably one of my favorite models. It's the original one, and I enjoyed the model. You can actually see it's probably falling apart. It's a little bit sun damaged, and I'm really sad that it is. It was that old gray brick, so I knew it was going to be a little bit sun damaged. But over the years, it's one of the first architecture sets that I remember getting, so it has a lot of nostalgia for me. And it needs a little bit of dusting, but it still holds up to me. I feel like it still holds up pretty well, and so let's go on to the number 3. Next up is New York City. You can see automatically the Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building, and some of the other buildings. I'm not as familiar with some of the buildings that are in New York, but I know this is, I believe, an apartment or a hotel. And yeah, I'm not as familiar with some of the buildings that are in New York, but I will say that I do love the architecture. I love the use of these fin pieces here. And so, no, I think it's great. And let's move on to number 2. Probably the dustiest model I own is Chicago. I need to seriously clean this thing. It's getting bad. But let's take a look. We have some of the buildings, once again, not as familiar. I know I have seen the Spherical Dome, and it's this art installation. But I do love the buildings, but we're running out of time, so let's go on to number 1. For my number 1 model, and arguably probably the most dust on it, is San Francisco. I love the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz below. I love the little bit of terrain build with the amazing buildings behind and the little bit of cars and the houses on the side. Thank you and subscribe for more. This is my modified gunship with working cockpit doors, 2 cargo slide doors that go to each side, 2 working turrets on the front, and the full gripping handle. It has both doors do slide back with 1 panel, unfortunately not 2. It has a blaster turret and a small ramp in the back. The engines and the wings look amazing. You can see all the way through the cockpit and everything. And another one of my favorite features is if I spin this around real quick, you can see it does have that gripping handle still, but the way it stands is still super satisfying. But most importantly, here are the minifigures. We have 3 shock troopers on this side, a pilot and a secondary clone trooper acting as a pilot. We have Commander Fox that was in the Coruscant gunship, and my personal favorite, the custom Commander Thorn with his minigun. This is something I think that LEGO should add. And as a final addition, there's a small crate that can hold a rocket launcher. LEGO?
Do I have enough money for Taco Bell? No, I don't. But you know what I do have? I have this thing. And this thing brings me an indescribable amount of joy.
I don't know what you love. But if you're looking for something new, I know somebody that you could choose. What about me? What about me?
What's up everyone? Merry Christmas. I'm taking this video from my new studio. This is a brand new desk I got for Christmas, and I'm gonna do a little walk into my personal life and kind of show you everything I got. But this is gonna be where I'm gonna probably start recording most of my videos, since it's a flat surface with a blank background, and it'll be great. So let's get started here. Let's take a look at everything I got. For starters, I have this little Captain Rex's Y-Wing. Of course, came with Captain Rex, and one of the newer ones I got, and very thankful for the person who gifted that to me. Below it, I got a little radio and a little Bluetooth speaker, and it works great, and it's just kind of shaped like an older model of a radio, but I actually really enjoy it, so thank you. This is going to be coming out in a video soon, but got this for Christmas, and I can't wait to do the review and show you kind of what I did with it. I absolutely love it. It was a great build, and I remember watching TV while I built it, and it just being super fun and cool. So going on, these are not new at all, but just some of the different figures. Like I said, this is going to become my new recording studio for when I'm reviewing different things, and when I'm showing off different models and things like that, I can take off and move around. So I'm really excited to have this space as well, and just everything there. But no, this is going to be a really cool space, I think. Moving on to the last thing that you'll probably see in the background of future videos is this Star Wars display, and I can change the light colors and everything, and really just enjoy the model. It has a remote and everything. I can change the different lights and colors, but there's also multiple different displays, so I can remove the Millennium Falcon and place R2 in. It's great. It's awesome. I enjoy it, and so I like to keep it on most of the time. But I just enjoy having this model around. It's really cool, and there's different modes you can do and a bunch of different buttons. And so I'm really happy with it. I'm enjoying it. And I just think it's really cool. And so, yeah, I got it on a timer right now, but just wanted to shout out this video. But yeah, this is going to become my new studio in the future. So hopefully you'll see more content with this kind of stuff. You see the Millennium Falcon there. Hopefully you'll see more content on this, and I can't wait to start working on new content and videos using this desk. You'll start to see some coming out pretty soon, and I'll of course clear all the stuff out of the way for a better video shot. But thank you to all the people whose gifts are on screen, and thank you for the other ones that are not been mentioned in this video, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have a Merry Christmas.
So I'm addicted to this, not in a literal medical sense, but I don't think I could live without it.
Thank you guys for watching almost an hour of my content. I appreciate it a lot. Like and subscribe, and go check out the rest of the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.